I'm now streaming. It's very easy to set up. I'm still having that problem. I need to use a little bit of chat GPT to figure out why my chat does not allow for me to type into it. I don't know why. Probably if I just uninstall my OBS and reinstall it and then reset everything up, which is probably about 20 minutes of energy, that'll solve it. I'm sure I corrupted something or chose some crazy settings somewhere. Okay. Anyway, we are streaming on YouTube. So we have an MNQ or NQ. I'm tempted to trade a little NQ today. I'm tempted to trade a little silver today. But I'm going to finish the week normal. All right. Trading what I normally do. I'm going to do a magnet on the YM. Set up your reverse continue. Okay. YM chart gets a reverse continue. We put it on every chart, especially at the open. Couple of positions, couple of contracts, one position, target 40 ticks, 35 stop. That's a scalp. And this is YM in my 23. All right, and I'm labeling it YM reverse continue. Then I'm putting on a magnet for the YM. I want to just trade to the low. It's pretty far. It's pretty far, but that's what I'm doing. We're far from all the levels this morning. The VWAP is a mile away. All right. Even the low of the day is 80, more than 80 ticks away. And if you're not sure that your calculation's right, just go to the pencil, go to the ruler, go to the current price, and we're 87 ticks away. All right. We could easily get there on a market open. Strategy, magnet, high of day, low of day, leave everything default, make your proximity a 3 or 3, and I'll just trade. I'm going to be conservative today. One position, 35 tick stop. All right. That's my setup. Very simple. Label it YM magnet. Apply it. Okay it. When you turn it on, you get your heavy orders, right? You get them up at the top. So you might as well manage your top. Now, I can do the top for a VWAP test if I want to. Remembering right now that our target will be near the high of day. So if you do that VWAP test, going up to the VWAP by moving your order all the way down, which you can do, just remember the target is going to be all the way up because it automatically puts the target 3 ticks away. We could make the target negative 100 and that would bring it way down. That kind of makes sense. That kind of makes sense. How many ticks away are we from our order entry? Let's make it easy this morning. We'll make our entry at 50. All right. We're very, very close. One tick away. We're at 50. Our target is like 97 ticks away. No, I'm wrong. Sorry. 288 ticks away. Wow. 47,350. Yeah, 47,644. That's right. So if we make our target And this is what we're not going to have to do with the new version. If we make our target, because this is stupid. It's not stupid, it's too complicated. If we make our target minus 200, we'll be able to manage it better. We can make it minus 250, and then it'll be 30 ticks away from our entry. Okay, so I'm going to make it 200. Negative 200. Let's see if we get this right. All right, what's the worst that happens? I lose some money in a prop account. My life will not end. Okay, life will not end. Put our orders back on. We're ordering, right? We're entering for a VWAP test. Okay. And then on the downside, I'm pretty much just looking for a normal downside magnet. If you go into the entry button, you can see what your sell is. 178 is my sell. Okay. 178 is my sell. And it is correct. And my target would be 47, 154, 3 ticks away from the low. Okay? Does everybody understand what I've done? And I'm putting it in auto mode. MNQ, all right? I'm going to trade MNQ to finish out the week. Next week, I'm going to go for NQ and I think maybe micro silver. Maybe micro silver. I really want to trade silver. It just looks like people are having too much fun trading silver. So MNQ 1225. We have our breakout. Right click the chart. Let's put our reverse continue on the chart. First things first, reverse continue. And we'll do a 50 tick target and a 75 tick stop. All right. That's our reverse continue. And the MNQ I trade in my market open account. That still is surviving. It's a funded account that I have not killed yet. I did a lot of damage to it. It happens. MNQ reverse continue. I have not made intelligent scalping decisions all week. I've made some very bad trading decisions, and I have to take responsibility for it. All right, reverse continue. I've got X number of contracts, 50 target, 75 stop. Nothing very complicated about it. Apply it, label it, turn it on. And then we have our bracket, breakout, spike, market open trade. Click News Trader, breakout trade. I have a template. You should have a template. Every trade you take, save a template so you can load it in, date it so you know how you traded the day before or the week before if you haven't been here for a week. Be organized. Keep a journal. I have a journal that someone gave to me. I don't remember who gave it to me. I want to give it to everyone, but I wanted to ask permission. I can't remember for the life of me who gave it to us. I'm going to rename my, not my end of day. So that's wrong. We got to go MNQ open. MNQ open. I should have a nice label. Whoops. My mistake. My mistake. Look, I'm letting that YM fill if it fills early. We see plenty of times good movement. I got to reload my breakout trade. I tried to load a old template that's not compatible. The the YM, like I said, I will let it fill. So let's see, I'm looking for MNQ open. I'm slow this morning, folks. MNQ open. Let's find it. 11/13. We're going to redate it, rename it. Today's the 14th. And when you load it, it resaves it. It's a breakout trade. Triggers at 9:29:59. Choose the number of positions and contracts you want to trade. Our target 1 is 25. Target 2, I'm using 60. And I will go to break even minus 10 if it hits my first target. I have a 100 tick stop at the moment. We need to leave our charts on sim, quickly put the time on 0. Going to check our bracket. Put the chart on sim so you don't accidentally put yourself in a trade early like yesterday when we were testing, or it might have been the day before, we were looking at Cisco or I forgot, Disney, whatever it was. I forget which we were checking. Oh no, it was the bond auction with the YM. We couldn't get our orders on. It wasn't safe to trade the YM. It was too volatile. That's another thing that checking the bracket does. It checks the width to see if the trade can be managed properly, but also you can see if the market is too volatile to trade that setup, that bracket. If you're getting constantly filled really fast, you have to be careful about your bracket. You have to also think about, is it just the time that you're checking? 9:29:59, bracket of 35, targets of 25 and 60, stop of 100, go back to choosing the right account and make sure you go back to putting the time on 9:29:59. Choose the right account, label your trade, breakout market open, and then get your chart trader on that account. Turn it on, and then also we want to make sure our account is correct for the YM. I know it is, so we're ready to go. And then we will, I guess we'll probably take a short break. Natural gas, 10 o'clock start to that trade room. So one of the things that happens at the market open is you get these orders, market on open imbalance. And traders do look at some of that info, and that it's like the market on close orders at 15:50 in the afternoon. That's one of the reasons we get that move at 15:50, right? These events take place that can trigger market movements. So some of you have been following my adventures. Well, let's talk about it in a minute. Of a car buying and a phone buying. Looks like our YM. Oh, very nice. Uh, YM, it was so fast it filled pretty much flat. Did you notice that? It was a winning trade, but it was a little bit of herky jerkiness at the time of the trade that it did fill flat. It was a winner, but it didn't give you the ticks. It wasn't big enough. Wasn't enough movement. Probably should have gone for a slightly bigger target. Now the NQ was an immediate winner. MNQ, immediate winner, $100 profit. 97.50. Is it going to test the low? What's interesting is that was a trade to the upside. It was a trade to the upside. I've done such bad scalping this week that I'm going to leave my scalping alone this morning. I'm not scalping. Even though I think we have a magnet taking place here for the MNQ. YM looks lower also. Just throwing a quick magnet on the MNQ. Our YM magnet's over. A couple of positions on the MNQ. A 70 stop. And I think I would do it in number 23. Not my open account this morning. The open's over for me. The open is over. This is an extra, totally different extra trade. And I would let it trade. If it feels short, I'm letting it trade. Now, I think I'm in the wrong account. Bingo. Another winner. I just was looking at the wrong account. I apologize. So that was a winner. Magnet tested the low. Immediate winning magnet. Okay. 180. That was 80 bucks micros. That was 80 bucks in a second. Hey Doc, I just realized you're here, so I hope you're still here. I wanted to say hello. Wanted to say hello. Mr. Nitton, let me download your file. I'll use it at my webinar. Anybody who had a winning trade, send me your screenshot. I want to show people in our webinars that members are making some money. Members are making some money. All right? At the open. At the open. And I love showing it. And I don't mind showing losing trades. I'm not afraid to show a trade that didn't work. Everything doesn't work. And if you notice, I say it in my videos all the time. I'm not trying to lie to get people to join. All we have to do is tell the truth. For fun, let's take a look at Bitcoin, the micro Bitcoin. Calvin, you never. Okay, you should all hear me again. I closed the room, I'm sorry, by accident. I was just saying, Calvin, I was going to look at micro Bitcoin. What are those fees? What are those fees? Thank you, Francis. Francis, that's one of those that's not worth trading, right? The fees are killing you. So, Francis, I would recommend trade. I don't know. What's the answer? Trade 4 contracts on the open? Is that the answer? I don't want to say trade NQ and then watch as you lose some money. I don't want to take that responsibility. But 15 bucks, it's not going to give you a profit. That's the problem. There's no profit there. And you've got winning setups, so it's just a question of trade management to make them worthwhile, right? So let's do a quick brief. Let me put on. Let me put on the micro Bitcoin. So look, I'm getting I'm really mismanaging our YM trades. If we're honest about it, we got to be honest about it. Yeah, I'm making money, but I could be making triple the money by doing better trade management. What I need to do, and it's not complicated. One of the things that should be done is to just use the second position more often in our trades. So, especially on the opens, as we go through the levels, we're going to make profits because we're moving further, much, much further than our first target. So, its habits are hard to change. I like to scalp one position multi contracts, but we should really be using two positions. We'll make more money. So I'll change my scalping up a little bit next week to represent that properly and to teach it better because people are doing the same thing that I'm doing. And what I simply mean is on that magnet, what would have been smarter was to add position 2 and make target 2 plus 10 or 20. And then you make an extra 10 or 20 ticks with that extra contract. The YM magnet can go away. The MNQ breakout can go away. That was a nice winner. Now I traded 5 contracts. So I am curious about the fees for MBT. So what is MBT? Future CME Micro Bitcoin. This is what it did on the open on a 1-minute chart. The first move looks like it was up 50 ticks. So probably would have gotten filled long, depending what we would have used as a bracket. Then it was a big sell-off, way more than double that, triple that at least. And then a big buy, a big buy. All right. The Bitcoin futures are what, $1.50 a tick, those micro Bitcoin futures? I think they're $1.50 a tick. Someone correct me. Someone correct me. I think it's close to that. And then TJ, you were asking about data. You didn't have data on BTC. So when I type BTC, it's the CME Bitcoin futures. We should have data on that. So I have data on it, TJ. What error are you getting? So what you want to do is send a message to brokerage. Well, what's the error? Probably you want to send them an email. Send it through the help portal to Ninja. They've made so many changes. So many. You could chat with them, TJ. You could chat with them. Okay. They usually get back to you pretty quick because I have the data and I didn't do anything special to get it. All right. Now, YM on a 30-second chart, we would have had a fantastic signal on the aftershock reversal squeeze somewhere in this area. Somewhere in this area. What answer did they give you? That makes no sense. Tell them you're already subscribed to the data or that you believe you're subscribed to it. Maybe there's something to do with when you became a NinjaTrader customer, TJ. There's so many things they've changed recently. I couldn't even find the download file. I was trying to reinstall Ninja on another computer. It took me I had to ask for help to find a file to download. They've hidden everything. Your lifetime, yeah. I have never added any extra data, TJ, and I'm getting it. I am getting it. So some things doesn't make sense. You can see it right here. The data is fine. All right, everybody, I'll be back at 10 for natural gas. So I want to thank everyone on YouTube. Hit the like button. We'll get our chat working for next week, and we'll be streaming a bunch next week for sure. So thanks. Hit the like button and really appreciate it.